Nah, shit. Yeah, man. Ah, man. So yeah, so I think I think I mean we've been doing it. We've been doing this shit for a while. We've been doing this for a while, right? To
Yeah.
me, to me, uh, like you recruited Rakim, right? How did you
I
how did
recruited
you
everybody.
yeah. Yo,
I
basically,
just want
right?
to know who the hell did you recruit, Yafeuh? Who the hell did you recruit?
Hey,
You recruit no
I
goddamn
I
body.
think I think I built the movement, man. I definitely influenced the Huey P.
Now
Newton
you
Gun Club for sure.
now you
Uh,
influence the people, but you the
yeah,
hell did you recruit?
yeah. I mean, that wasn't my forte. My thing ain't never been trying to convince people to join the movement. Like that's never been my thing. Like
Yeah,
I don't know how to convince you
yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah,
to believe in controlling the politics of your community.
yeah.
Like that's if I have to convince you of that, then I don't know. But that's never been my thing. That's never been my thing.
Yeah.
I've talked a couple times on this platform about Rakim and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot before. But you actually legitimately you knew him when he was like a little kid. Is that and I understand that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How y'all meet?
How we meet for the first
Yeah.
time?
I
Shit.
mean, not necessarily like the first time, but how y'all like had this rapport? Like what did?
My mama kept him, and my mama kept him, and I used to. He said I used to pull his ears all the time and try to bully him, but I don't
Right.
remember this shit. We was my son's age, we was around 3 or 4 years old,
Hmm.
and then when we was 7 and 8, we went to the same
Y'all hear
after
that?
school
He used to
daycare
bully
center.
Rakim. Y'all hear that? He used to bully Rakim. He used to
Mm-hmm.
bully him. He used to bully
Yeah,
him.
that's what he said. I'm like, we were little
Yeah.
baby, little babies and shit at that time, but man, 7, 8 years old, we was at the same daycare center my
Okay.
mom worked at, and
Which one is that? The one
then he, uh,
by Kimball? Uh.
yeah,
Okay.
Freedom Baptist Church, right across the
Okay.
street from Kimber, and
Was it like?
then
Is that
later
like
on, huh?
1990? They're like 1990 or something. When was that?
Oh, yeah, like 91, 92. And
Okay.
then he came to he was going to another school. Uh, I forget the name of that damn school. Then he came to Daniel Webster. I was
Mm.
at Daniel Webster from the get go, but he wasn't there at first.
Mm.
Yeah, then he came to Daniel Webster with us.
Okay.
But at first he was at first I liked him, then I didn't like him. Some days I liked him, some days I'm like, I heard this motherfucker go. I don't feel like seeing his ass. Sometimes it be like that when you're a kid. If a kid ain't necessarily on your level every day, you like, man, this nigga come around here with this bullshit. But I think we really got close around the fourth grade.
Hmm.
He pissed me off a couple times in the fourth grade.
Did he?
We actually had a fight at the daycare. Yeah, we had a little fight. But it's funny. We had a fight, but that's when we got closer. Like at that around that time, like in the fourth grade, me, him, and a couple more of our partners.
Hmm.
You know, we used to get in trouble and shit. You know, we one time I don't know what we were doing, and we ended up going to one of the assistant. What was that man's name? I forgot his damn name. But he was a coach too. I said assistant principal, but I think he was a coach. And we all in there getting our little paddling. You know, back when they paddle your ass in school and shit.
Boy, don't you miss them days?
Yeah, it wasn't all this old all these widow rules they got now and shit. You supposed to, if a kid cuss you out, you supposed to go hug them or some stupid shit. What they say now. Back in the day, you just got your ass whooped. You just went to the office, got your ass whooped. They call your parent to let them know they done whooped your ass. And the parents said, all right, I'm getting back to work. You whoop his ass again if you have to. And that was it. But we used to act up a little bit, but we got closer then, around that time. And like I said, we had our little crew, and then at the daycare, we played football and shit like that. And,
so you would see him at elementary school, Daniel Webster.
yeah, I
Then
saw his
he
ass
then
all day.
then he would go to daycare with
Mm-hmm.
you.
Yep.
That's why. That's why.
Hey, he was one of
That's
them kids that people used to tell, how people used to tell you, you need to stay away from that boy. He is bad. He is trouble. You know how that is shit when you grow up.
he was
They,
one of
they,
them.
yeah, they want you to be, they want you to have the friends that, to do everything right and all of that stuff. And, he sometimes he would, do things that was unconventional. So they didn't like that kind of stuff. Um, But it was funny. He did all that shit, but he had good grades though. That was funny. Normally so-called bad kids don't have good grades.
Right.
They be bad because they don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? Usually, motherfucker acting out because they don't know how to goddamn read or some shit. If you call them to the board and for a problem, they don't know how to do that shit. So they just act out in the class because they don't know nothing. But he actually had real good grades. You know what I'm saying? He was in the
Right.
music and shit. I wasn't in the goddamn music. Yeah, we used to act out in damn. I mean, we got in trouble one time. They started calling our parents and shit. We was act out in music class, but he was
Mm-hmm.
good in music, even though we was acting up. He was serious about that shit. You know what I'm saying? He knew how to read music at an early age and all that. I wasn't that serious about it.
Right.
Mm, yeah,
That's crazy,
but that's the elementary
man.
days.
That's the elementary days.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And then after that, I didn't see his ass no more until like later high school years.
The high school years.
Yeah. Oh, and
Yeah, but he went to the K and you went to Carter. How you see him
mm-hmm.
in high school? At a game or something?
I see him at games and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I ran into him at a game. I
Oh,
don't even
okay.
know if it was Carter and Kimball. It might have just been Kimball. Because I grew up over there at first before I moved to Woodtown. I grew
Right,
up
right.
over there, so I knew everybody at Carter and Kimball. So it was like I was really in two schools. Like I never was on that them Kimball niggas, fuck them. I never was on that shit. It was just I'm in Carter and that is what it is. But if I go over to Kimball side, ain't nobody gonna hate me because I know everybody there.
Right.
And so, I could have been just at a Kimball game with Fred or somebody, I don't know, TV or you know what I'm saying? Just watching them play somebody because they might have been good at that time and, ran into him and, stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. So I just remember working out at MLK, and that date he came up with Sunshine Harris and maybe Niecy or somebody he was with at the time. He was driving that black Jeep. I don't know what kind of car that was.
The Dodge
That's where
Nemesis.
I met him, man. But I just remember you was telling. Yeah, there you go. So you know all the details. See, anybody want to know some details on Rakim, and anybody refer to this in the future, get in touch with this man right here. He can tell you. He can tell you the Rakim story. Outside of his parents and maybe his children's mother, he could probably he probably knows him better than anybody on a personal level. He because he remember. I just remember the Nitro. Don't you remember that night we did security for Chairman Fred when he came down?
Yeah, we
You
had a
remember
lot
that
of,
night?
well, I
And
remember the
and,
whole
and
day.
but I'm just saying, yeah. Just think about that whole day. I'm talking about the time we was in Dixon, the time we
We
brought
was in
Chairman Fred.
yeah, that was a night, it was a daytime first when we was there.
Yeah, it was daytime
Mm-hmm.
because we got a bunch of folks. to go to Dixon and stand in front of the house James Harper got killed at by Officer Brian Routon. This was 2012
Mm-hmm.
for my history keepers. 2012.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, 2012. And y'all was securing him, Chairman Fred out there inside Dallas. Then dealt with him in the middle of the day. Then dealt with him at the actual event. Uh, let me see if I can. Let me see if I can find the event, man. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see if
Oh,
I
you
can
know
find
what's
it.
funny? Why I forgot to tell you why this is a funny story.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think he told somebody this one time. I don't remember who it was, but this is the funniest shit. Like you mentioned how we was at the MLK set and shit like that.
Right.
But he had came out there. I'd been talking to him off and on before then. But the reason the way the way I got in contact with him, right? The back before after the high school shit and all that. Because he went to the Marines. For people didn't know, he was in the Marines and shit like that for a little while. Then he went to Memphis and started doing little,
Right.
got mentored and start, doing youth programs and stuff like that. With youth in Memphis and things like that. He started cleaning himself up. So one day I was on Facebook and stuff. This back when Facebook was interesting to me. Now it's just a whole bunch of bullshit on there, unless it's some organizing going on. Other than that, it's just celebrity gossip now. But this is back when I thought it was interesting. There wasn't but 12 people on Facebook then. Well, that back it wasn't 12 people. Well, that back, hey, that back when you was happy because you had 30 friends and shit. Now, it ain't nothing to have 2,000 friends. But back then, 30 friends was a big deal, man. So I'm looking around, and his profile came across, and it said Mola Quelly. I said Mola Quelly. I said, hey, that motherfucker look like Chris Daniels. So I said, let me see if there's his. I click on this shit. This motherfucker got a suit and shit. So you never seen him like that, did? Man, he was sharp as fuck. I thought he was the CFO of Apple or something. I said, damn, he's sharp as fuck. That is him. You know what I'm saying? And so I think I sent him a friend request, then a message or something. And
Mm-hmm.
he actually called me. I want to be with you, brother. I saw your page. You on some real stuff. And so, and I said, all right, hit me up. I'm da 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 da. My number been on so many flyers, it didn't matter to me. So I was like, yeah, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? And so, because he had that name, so I'm like, oh, he must be on some conscious shit now. I said, okay, so
Molaquele.
yeah, Mola Quill, that's the name it was on there. He hit me up. And so we talking and shit, and sometimes your mind or your intuition is telling you something, or you feeling something, but you really just don't pay attention to it because it ain't a big deal. Now, if it's a
Mm-hmm.
big deal, you better listen to your intuition because if it's a big deal, it could be life or death. But this wasn't nothing. I ain't care. But one thing I noticed while me and him was talking, he sounded very formal, right? Like he sounded like it was like a business conversation. Well, it sounded like a conversation I would have if how it is. People used to call you and shit. They call all of us. People who see our information or interested in our group, like from another state or something, they'll call. Is this Yafeuh or this Erick from Geobeth Gorillas? I'm interested in the program or whatever. Jokers call and talk to you about that kind of stuff. So it
Right.
sounded like I was talking to somebody on that level, right? That I ain't known, but I really didn't ponder on it. So I just kept talking. But in my mind, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, he's formal. Like, he realize who I am? Like, you know what I'm saying? So he's just talking all formal and stuff. And he had mentioned the, Yafeuh organization. And they was in Dallas at one point in time, but they hadn't been around for a couple of years at that time, maybe a year or so. I hadn't seen them. Kenyatta and Alex and them was here doing Yafeuh under the African People's Socialist Party. So he was talking about, he was wondering where they were, this and then the third. I'm like, yeah, that might be a good organization for you. They hadn't been around like that, lately. And so I started telling him about our program and stuff. He was like, oh, well, yeah, y'all sound like y'all legit. Y'all sound like something I need to get with in Dallas. And so, since I've been back from Memphis a few years, I want to get involved in something real, and so I'm like, okay, good, and so at the end of the conversation, I'm like, all right, well, get with me, man. It's all good. We don't linked up now. I ain't seen you in years, but we've been knowing each other since we was babies, so it's all good. Just get with me anytime. And so
Right.
he paused. He was like, wait, what? Like it's when I said that he was like saying, you saying something at the same time and somebody else is like saying something similar to you. It's almost like y'all damn near saying at the same time. But he paused when I said it, like, wait a minute, what? He said, you been knowing me since I was a baby. He said, hold on. I said,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, duh. Then he looked at this shit. He paused to look at my fucking profile while I'm talking to him. He like, oh shit, it's E. He said, oh man, we really gotta get up, man. And I'm thinking in my damn head. When we got off the phone, I'm laughing like a motherfucker. I'm like, dude, you didn't know this was me the whole goddamn time we were talking? Like he think I'm somebody else that he thought he knew, but he thought I was somebody he knew I was somebody he knew, but he thought he was somebody he knew like sparing, like just in between time or something. He didn't realize it
Like
was really
nah.
me. Yeah,
Like
he didn't
nah, man. I
realize it
know
was
you.
me.
I know you, guy.
Yeah, he like, oh shit. He like, oh yeah, bro, I'm getting with you soon as possible. I'm gonna hit you up in a couple days, whatever it was. And I was laughing. I'm like, really? That was fucking me. Then one day he like, man, shit, you didn't tell me. I'm like, shit, I thought you already knew it was me. You know what I'm saying? But that was funny, man, how that shit happened. And yeah, that's how that happened, man. He didn't even realize it was me. You know what I'm saying? Until the end, he like, oh shit, So after that, he hit me up like a couple days later, and I told him when we was meeting this shit MLK and things like that. And so that's when you seen
That's
him. But
interesting.
yeah,
That's
that's
so
tough.
that's the official story
Yeah.
of
Mm-hmm.
how so right so you knew him growing up, then you reconnected with him again, and you saw that Mola Quelly. I remember the Mola Quelly that he used
Yeah.
to that he went by. I when you said it, I remember it.
Yeah,
And
he
so
had that suit on and shit. Yeah, the
so
profile. Yeah.
so you inboxed him. Y'all start communicating off that. But he was
Mm-hmm.
already back in Dallas at that time when
Yeah,
you
yeah, he was. Yeah.
okay. He was already back in Dallas. So you brought him in off of y'all personal relationship and reconnected with him on Facebook. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, that's one for the books right there.
Yeah.
Man, that's one for the book. I want to revisit let me see. I want to revisit let me see here. Let me see here. Let me get rid of this real quick. I want to revisit this Chairman Fred thing if you don't mind. Just
Yeah,
just just for a
man. Yeah.
couple of moments. This is us well this is Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. I'm gonna pull it up here in a sec. Matter of fact, let me do it. Let me do it now. Let me do it now. Matter of fact, I hate to get rid of all my other tabs, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
like showing my tab. I don't like showing all my tabs on. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Let me see here.
Oh,
You hear
yeah.
them
When I
boys
was
in there
seeing you
arguing?
be,
Can you hear them boys arguing in there?
yeah, a
I don't
little
know if you
bit,
can hear that. A little bit. Okay.
barely. Yeah.
Let me see here. They go. They in there going at it. Let me see here. Let me see. Uh, Let me blow. Nah, let's do it like this, huh? Let me know if you can hear this. Let me see here. Shut up. You see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to play a couple of minutes of this Chairman Fred. Let me see. Let me see. See back in August. That's you right there.
Damn. We always doing shit when it's hot.
Kind of low.
And we weren't wearing all that damn fatigue and that heat, boy. We had to work. We had to have a program, a training program. We would have died.
we might need some youth that's in trouble in the streets. We might need to call this brother, this sister, and deal with it. So put your information down on any. I believe the real mainframe, the Brown Ray, I'm gonna have a petition going around. So if you just see anything going around, just please put your information on it. If you really don't want to, you don't have to. But we would like that so we can contact people, inform them not only just what we're doing, but what anybody is doing that we know of, and we can get the word out there. So I don't want to hold you further ado. I know the
That man
chairman is
should right
ready.
there. He should have kept talking. That's a good speaker right there. I tell you, that boy sharp.
Not too long. We're about 13 feet. From Chicago. He ain't got too much rest, but sometimes you don't get rest. And, when you're trying to deal with the people on our own level. So I know he's ready to come on through.
The black and pan
Those
rapper
you
with
don't
this
know,
South
this
Dallas.
Chairman Fred Hampton Jr., Prisoners of Conscious Community, and the Black Panther Party Cubs out of Chicago. In fact, they organized it out throughout the Midwest. He's the son of former Chicago Chairman, Deputy Chairman Fred Hampton Sr., who was murdered December 4th, 1969, assassinated December 4th, 1969. And not only he's just his son, some people are just the son or daughters of some of us, but and sometimes they don't do what we raised them up to do exactly. That don't mean they're good or bad, but they may not, walk in the steps that we may have tried to provide for them or go to the structure you might try to raise them under. But he just doesn't have the name. Brother's doing good work. He's always been in solidarity with the Dallas community, not just people in this kind of real mainframe. He's been in solidarity with the Dallas community, period. Those of you may have saw him, we were still on Jefferson. Family connected was still on East Jefferson. He came through, there was a good night. So he gonna spill some good information, relevant, like I say. Hopefully it'll take some inspiration outside this room, and some people can really get serious. Not to say to anybody serious, I don't know who's serious or who. Is that right? People in there, don't you think? I'm looking at some serious people. I'm not looking at the people like,
Teach, minister.
I
That
don't
minister
know who like
teaching.
that. To me, like the people gonna do something. I don't know whatever that is. So we're gonna bring the chairman up, let him educate. Let him inspire people to go out and do this work on whatever level. So if you could receive Chairman Fred Jr. POCC BPCC.
They go Rakim, Jamal.
Bow to the people, y'all. We good? We here? Yeah. Right on. Bow to the people. Bow to the people. Bow to the people. Bow to the people. Right on. Slight correction. Powerful introduction, brother gave stay close this to him, but he said I ain't had no rest.
We didn't have no rest. What the hell is he talking about? We didn't have no rest. We didn't have no damn rest.
Get the concrete since then, but over the Dixon Square, that's right. Dixon Circle, case of James Harper. We ain't tripping. I was and I am honored, humble to get get in touchdown. Literally, as soon as we got, got off the flight, touch down because we say literally service to the people. We're the same with our organization. We work for the people. I work hours 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That our desks, they're concrete out there, and our secretaries and the brothers out on the streets keep us updated. As he pointed out, also they mainframe brought me down here. But I want to definitely place with all the organizations that was out there today. In the case of James Harper, and to reiterate again, I'm honored and humbled to be able to come out here. Saying not as someone coming up offering some panacea to address the situation, but again, debating working in tandem with the community to see how we can form principal coalition. The organization that I chair is the POCC/BPPC. That's the acronym of Principal Conscious Committee, Black Panther Party Cubs. I would be remiss if I don't acknowledge that there was the St. Cliff appreciation to Pan African Connections, also
acknowledge me today, Sister Quaity, and also acknowledge the legacy of our brother Simon Bendel. Right on?
So Ben Delly must have just passed away because what he passed away when February.
Oh, he passed. Yeah, he passed away earlier that year.
Yeah, February.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because that's just because he got the. That's
As you see
interesting.
that
That is
portrait,
interesting,
yeah, you
bro.
see that
That,
painting,
yeah. That's crazy. Okay, so that's two. So this is August 4th, 2012,
yeah.
because
Mm-hmm.
the very next day on my birthday, at that time we went to Austin. You went to Austin too, or did I go? Did we just? Because I remember Cooper Caraway and all them, Steven,
Yeah, I'm the
Satori,
one. I was the MC in
Sandra.
Austin. What you talking about? See that?
You ain't okay?
You,
Yeah.
you, could-
So
you,
I mean,
you
that's
didn't
why
let
we
me
having
write
this
all this stuff.
conversation.
You didn't let me write all this
Hey,
stuff
that's
down. Shit, you don't remember a
hey,
damn thing. I
hey,
slept
hey,
three
man.
goddamn hours in my clothes. I slept 3 hours in my clothes sitting up. I did. I literally. I slept sitting up, and I jumped right up. 3 hours later, it was time to go. That we heading to Austin. I ain't gonna feed that thing. I ain't seated at the old room center. See, did you remember that in
at
Austin,
the
Texas?
at the old room center. Yeah,
The old
yeah,
room center
yeah.
not
The
even. It's
old
not
room.
even there no more. It's not in Austin.
It's not gonna. It's not in Austin
Nah,
no
that
more.
back. Yeah, that back when you had Dorian and his wife doing their thing.
So
Yeah, but it's
they,
not
they
there no
was on
more.
they was on some E5 stuff then, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
culture,
At the
culture-based
old room.
center, things of that nature.
Oh, yeah.
You had the public defenders, them, Yoda's a part and all them there. Mm-hmm.
That was name. Okay, so yeah, you see, this is why we need to have these conversations because you remember this stuff. Uh,
I remember my history.
Yola's a
I ain't
part.
finna let no damn I ain't finna let no goddamn goofy ass white journalists, European journalists come tell my shit like he knows something. I remember all this shit.
Yola's a potter. Oh man, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot
Yeah.
about. I forgot about that. Oh man, that was what 11 years ago, man.
Yeah.
This was 11 years ago.
Yep.
God, well, if you cool with that,
What
just kind
happened?
of. I said I want to listen to a little bit more of what Chairman Fred talking about. If that's cool, like maybe like
Oh,
three,
go
four more
ahead.
minutes. Just see.
It's about 8 hours of it, ain't?
Oh, probably. I
No,
just
I'm
want to listen
playing.
to not about an hour and a
I'm
half.
just playing.
Let me
Yeah,
see.
go. You can listen to more. Go ahead.
And now we touch on presentation. I'm gonna be touching. So if I miss some of the organizations, I'm gonna be sporadically and acknowledge y'all throughout my presentation. Um, I may be covering Charlie Brown already, but I won't go too. I'll be remiss if I just don't mention from whence I came. I'm the son of Chairman Fred Hampton, also of McCoy and Jerry. Chairman Fred Hampton was a deputy chairman of the Illinois chapter of the Black Panther Party, which under his leadership that was the largest chapter of the Black Panther Party. The FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, that started watching him. He was about 14 years old. They had recognized his organizing capabilities when he had took on such feats, taking the junior NAACP from I think 7 to 300 members in about 7.5 months' time. They started monitoring. In fact, they placed a tap on my grandmother, his mother's telephone when he was about 14 years old. At the age of 19, he became the deputy chairman of the Illinois chapter of the Black Panther Party. Black Panther Party was a revolutionary organization. In fact, one of the most revolutionary organizations that North America has yet to witness. And as I stated, under his leadership, we've seen the largest chapter go in the state of Illinois. He was technically speaking, he was the deputy chairman for the entire state of Illinois. Chicago was a branch. You had Rockford, Champaign, the various branches. Chicago was a branch. To his credit, a lot of campaigns such as the Rainbow Coalition, and there's been a strategic effort by the state and those working into the state to hijack that legacy. To what Malcolm X said, when the government can't stop it, they will attempt to co-opt it, water it down, make it something to be. So even if they have malign, even if they obliterate the legacy of the Black Panther Party by either trying to just straight wipe them out. And not just the state director itself. I commented I've commented before. Like a lot of forces, surprising forces. Ron Bennett Jr., who they refer to as an historian, doing historical analysis about Chicago. No mention of the Black Panther Party before, and we don't see this as something by happenstance. It's a contradiction that we see come up not only with the race contradiction, but also the class contradiction with the black community. The Black Panther Party was a mass organization that came from the valley. And had no aspirations about being on the mountaintop. That's not to slight nobody else, but it was an organization that served the people that came, came from the people. The Rainbow, and we've seen it expressed in such campaigns again, as I mentioned, the Rainbow Coalition, which the state, I think, tried to snag the legs of the Black Panther Party. They said, okay, well, let's try to take such campaigns or contributions such as the Black Panther Party started the first free breakfast program. Let's try to, so we can obliterate that, try to say Chicago public schools, other schools, just on their own, we'll just start giving free lunches. But the reality is the Black Panther Party started the first free breakfast program. The Rainbow Coalition, when Chairman Fred organized the Rainbow Coalition, it was a revolution.
Look at Kamal. I wish we can zoom in on Kamal. Uh, Kamal back. I remember Kamal was telling us. Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Oh, I forgot I had it on mute.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, I had it on mute.
Yeah. What you were saying?
I was saying other shit. I said I can't hardly see this even if I put my glasses on.
Let me see if I can. Let me see if
I can see him. I can see him, but I can't see how he's looking.
Is that it's better for me on my end right there. I don't know if you can see it. That may clear on your end, but it's clear on my end. It's a little more clear. I know our backs were on fire that day, boy.
Why you say look at him? What, you should have been relieving him. Something wrong?
I did somewhere. Let me see. Somewhere down here.
What? I can't see what he doing.
He just standing. Let me see. Let me see when
he look distraught. Well, that's why when you see somebody on post and look tired, you supposed to go relieve them.
Now look. He's still on post. Look at that. Okay, let's see. He's still on post there. He's still on post there. Look at that. Oh, that's 37 minutes.
While you in the background drinking Kool-Aid, you probably had some Kool-Aid somewhere just sitting around drinking while he was up there.
I was outside. I killed by the police. Remember, I was outside trying to make sure that the old girl who family member got killed by the police would come up and speak, but I guess she got so intimidated. He's still there. Look, man, where I'm at.
Somebody did come up and speak. Who was that?
Here. So they did security on them.
You didn't do no security. I'm telling you, was back there drinking Kool-Aid, eating sandwiches all night. I'm telling you.
No, I wasn't. I was down there. Yes, I did. There go me right there.
Oh, that's you right there? That's you? Oh, I see you.
There go me. You see me?
Yeah, I see you.
That's it. That's all. That's it. Us? Oh my God. Did he take 2 weeks of candy when he was in 3rd grade? Right.
Yeah, I wonder why when relieved Rakem versus relieving
Kamal. Boy, look at you, boy. I tell you, what kind of work? That's a shame.
Did Rakem go? I mean, did Kamal didn't go to Austin with us though?
He did? You sure?
I don't think he did. I know he didn't. He didn't go to Austin with us.
That's
but Rakem did.
Yeah,
but Rakem did because we stayed with him. This probably was like 8 o'clock at night right here. We was with him all the way to like 1 o'clock in the morning. So you talking about 12, 13 hours with Chairman Fred just on one day, just to turn around and go to Austin, which is how many miles?
2.5 hours.
200 miles. 2.5 hours. Okay. 180 miles to Austin to stand up with him for 3 hours there to talk and do all that other conversation. That was a lot, man. And Rakem did all that. Rakem was there the whole time for that. So, I mean, I guess the point of this conversation was really just to put some context behind how you really met Rakem, which you kind of really filled in some blanks, even for myself, that I wasn't aware of more so. And I think just historically speaking, if this is referred back to, they'll at least have some understanding how how Rakim came to play that you actually had to take the time to really try to fish him in. Because I think the first couple times that you tried to bring him in, he didn't come per se, or he had something to do, whatever, and he wasn't
Oh,
able
it
to
probably
attend.
was, yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
it was one time that I remember he came, and he came with Sunshine Harris, and he had the Nitro, and I tell this story all the time. He was watching me do the Goju moves that we was taught by Key Sharp, and he asked,
Mm-hmm.
could he step in and show a couple of sprawling techniques or whatnot,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and the rest is really history. Shit, you know what I'm saying? The real rest is really history. Because at that time, we were trying to also try to get Melchizedek, active Melchizedek. By that time, he really checked out of that out of the movement at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had really checked out. Uh, t- yeah, I'm over here dealing with these boys, man. My bad. They trying to get a paycheck for watching their brother.
Oh yeah, that's what it's classic right there. Yeah, for all this hard work they put
Yeah,
in.
yeah, they ain't putting no hard work in. They complaining about nothing. But what I was saying, man, yeah, but you did a good job of really trying to fish him in and making it happen. The rest is history, and of course we know you know we've been supporting them since then. In the I would ask that anyone like, share, subscribe to the channel, share the information. It's really historic. If you know the history of Rakim, uh, for those that know. Uh, I also sent him a letter. I put his details of how to get in touch with him, how to send him a letter in the description. Send him a letter. I also send us a donation. We currently doing some community work. Right now, we attempting to work to change College Park honor out of our mentor and elder Fahim J. Minka, and also honor the legacy of Charles Laverne Beasley as well in the process. So we trying to keep those guys strong, keep their legacy strong. So we need you guys' assistance. CMB, our cash app is CMB Dallas. Yeah, CMB Dallas is the cash app. Right, Rakem Balogun. Share it, like, share, subscribe, and on this next one, we're gonna start having a couple of political prisoners from the past, from the previous generation, I should say, on here on the platform to really kind of give context to what's going on currently in the movement. And so we just trying to, what I'm saying, we trying to do things a little different, and we also try to put context and explain who we are and who we have been and how we got to this point that we at now. So you got to look at what we did back in 2012. That was 11 years ago. We brought Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. to Dallas. You see here we did security, took him out to South Dallas to see the location where James Harper was murdered, which really was almost became almost was a rebellion that day, and back in June of 2012. So we appreciate you. You got any closing thoughts,
Closing
Chairman
remarks.
Erick
I
Sunday?
ain't no pastor, man.
I'm just saying. Well, you got it. Well, you got anything on your mind?
Some
Because I
closing
kind of gave him a
remarks to the church. But now,
yeah,
what I was
basically.
gonna say, I was thinking about so. But yeah, see, back in the old days,
Hmm.
and it's not the brag. We not the bragging type, even though our community like the people that brag for some reason. But if we
Hmm.
brag, something wrong
We
with us.
do it.
Some people who ain't building institution, who lying about building institution, or who come along be the latest conscious Mac daddy. They'll let them brag all day. But anyway, that was Fred's second time here. You know, we don't like to bring people just one time, but we try to, we understand that momentum. A momentum builder is great for a movement. Because to keep it fresh on the minds of people. We bring dead prayers here. A lot of people ain't never come to Dallas until we brought them.
Mm.
And see, when we do our show about Mr. Fahim Minka, people gonna realize why I mentioned it because a lot of things that Mr. Beasley and Fahim and Mr. Crenshaw and even Lipscomb and Diane Rasdale and all these people, Skip Shockley and all those, a lot of work they did, Bronga had a serious, aggressive, liberation-minded tone to it, right? The actions that they took in that time, it gave a revolutionary culture to the city of Dallas, and like I mentioned, in between that gap, you had people like Van Daly who brought the African, the international culture, African internationalist culture to Dallas. And before then, Mr. Meek and all other people I named and other people who made transition, they done that revolutionary fervor to Dallas. And Dallas had it, before. And I feel like we made that popular again because don't want nobody thinking about Dallas, to be quite honest, in that way. I know Dr. Colley came here too, to Pan African when it was in on Jefferson.
Right.
And so, but we started building momentum back for revolutionary culture here, and it wasn't just us alone. I want to make sure I always say that. Because nobody can do it alone. You think one group is in your city doing something, and they shaping the city with all this capitalism and shit going on, and mind control and media propaganda. You fooling yourself. But we didn't do it alone. We had a strong coalition of people, but we brought revolutionary culture back, and not only that, we brought the conversation of liberation back to Dallas. And it was, to us, it was just part of the national struggle, international and national. It wasn't nothing separate, and we brought Lorenzo Cambua Irvin here, him and Joe Niner, his wife, who was the last editor of the Black Panther Party for self-defense newspaper, you understand? So, and people loved it. People like, man, we got to keep doing this. This is very powerful. So when we was doing this thing, and really Dallas ain't had these kind of forums since then. A couple years after that, maybe around that same time, that's when all the influx of the conscious Mac Daddy started coming. The conscious pimps, started coming around and talking all this conscious shit. And, and a lot of it makes sense and things of that nature. It gave people a sense of Black unity, pride, and things of that nature. But the materialization of what was discussed at that time didn't never take shape. And people donate a lot of money, and people ask for a lot of money. And the people that asked for the money got more out of it than the people donate. And in all our events, I always made sure I said that all the money that you give GMF right now, if we were doing some coalition stuff, make sure that you participate so you can know where your money going. I remember saying, I said it that night. I said it all the time. Because I wanted to be known. We want to be transparent. Whatever money you give us, you want to know where it's going, get with us. Call me straight up, text, whatever. Call whatever the comrade. Because I want to set a tone and let people know this is not any get over scheme. This is a real process. And so that's what we were doing. We were pulling in conversations. We were pulling in acts of solidarity and making a live movement. I think this city, it's, some others have fallen off from that. We've gotten to the support this, support that culture. But to support this and support that, what is that supporting? You see what I'm saying? And so we got into a
Right.
lot of people just out there trying to support people on an economic level, but it's really just, capitalist stuff. And I ain't saying that people shouldn't get their money or that we shouldn't support it. It's just that, a lot of this stuff is just, uh, you know, black business building and all of these things, and forum on how to do this and how to do that, and who's the next successful so and so, and come take pictures, as opposed to these forums that we was having, the serious conversation with serious people who was doing serious work. And yeah, some of that is missing, and so that's what we did. That's what we build. And people, you don't have to agree with that. It don't matter, because history is not enough for you to agree with. The truth don't need no friend. The truth stands alone. And history, it is what it is. And the history show that's what we did, and we got a certain reaction out of doing that from people. You know what I'm saying? We got a certain motivation that we gave to people that they already had in them, but we was able to put it out through these forms. You know what I'm saying? When we brought Bubba Chuckway, into Dallas a couple of times, we start having people understanding how to infiltrate the politics, the importance of understanding politics from a 360 world view, and not just in this box. You voting for a Democrat, Republic, or you is it Satan or the devil? But not only that, you vote for people that don't even have your interest, but how to push people who do have our interest to get them in powerful positions so that we can put an end into this capitalist slave machine. And so all those things we did, man, that's what it brought to the city. That's what it brought to the movement. And that night was just one of those nights. And Rocky was, he was serious about that. Some people think looked at him as he was unapproachable, but he was very approachable. In fact,
Mhm.
I believe, to me, he entertained more conversations than I would have. Probably you too. Shit. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I know you. There's a lot of people you just don't feel like you don't talk to. You know what I'm saying? Or whether it's on the phone or in person. It's just some people just, we not gonna talk to them per se. I mean, we just not gonna deal with them. But he would open himself up, even if he had a criticism for him, he would still open himself up to deal with them on a cordial level. And if he thought he could go beyond that, he would try to go beyond that. And that's what is not known about him. And it's just the truth too. It's just what it is. We got the films and pictures and actions to prove that's what happened. And like I said, he would go over and beyond to connect with people and deal with them. But I guess if you got muscles and you got fatigue on, you're unapproachable. But you know, uh, but today is Veterans Day. Well, it's my sister's birthday too. My sister Victoria. I guess I better call her and tell her happy
Man, it's
birthday,
at the end.
man.
At the end of the day.
It don't matter. She could have been born in midnight. I don't know when she was born. She older than me. But it's her birthday. But Veterans Day too. But we don't have no problem approaching these veterans and all that and shaking their hand and making them approachable. But they don't give a damn about your interests. If it ain't shit, some of them damn veterans are patriotic as hell. And some people who are veterans, they not caught up into that. Let's be real. But some veterans, shit, they patriotic as hell. If you ain't talking about doing this, supporting this and supporting that, supporting the right wing jokers and all their games and shit, they ain't trying to hear from you. But Rakim was approachable, sometimes more approachable than me. And I'm approachable. I'm a real approachable person, but at the same time, I'm not gonna really entertain you if I haven't seen your previous actions add up to what you telling me in person. I'm really just gonna overlook it, and my mind gonna be on something else. But he actually entertained, and sometimes he entertained stuff that we figure out it wasn't gonna go that far. But he made the effort, and sometimes it panned out to be something like, okay, maybe we should try this strategy. Maybe we should deal with this person, deal with that person, show solidarity. Sometimes it actually panned out, but he was willing to, and he is willing. It ain't like he gone. He just, lie behind the slave cages. But he's still that way. You know what I'm saying? He willing to try it and to try to approach things from a different angle. And so yeah, I just want to put that out there. Those two things.
That's real. That's real. Well, catch us on the next one. Next couple we're gonna focus on some PPs. Um, Chairman Eric brought up a couple things I do want to talk about with him on. But yeah, we appreciate you. Like, share, subscribe. Um, make a donation. Like I said, we actually in the community. We actually we're about to start at least seeing some of our work that we have been doing for many years, actually physically in the community. As some may know, we worked in the Highland Hills community now almost 10 years now, just being in Highland Hills, like dedicated in Highland Hills, far as like building a power base, which is important. So check in with us. We look forward to chatting it up. And like I said, like, share, subscribe. Peace.
Mm.